What we want is what we find. Power lives inside our mind. Together we will redefine.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to the What We Want podcast. Today's episode is the first of many new things, alhamdulillah. It's our first video podcast, and today's guest is also a very special one, the one who's never appeared before, alhamdulillah. So today's guest is a qualified nurse, a young blogger, and a person who needs no introduction in the world, mashallah, and someone who has used his personal Instagram account or social media handle post the October the 7th to share with us the brutal truth and the suffering that he and his fellow Palestinian people have endured in Gaza. And someone also, I think I'm giving away a lot right now, but if you know who I'm talking about, it's the face behind the scene TV documentary Ahmad Alive, which also was played in the UK, in South Africa, and also to be played around the world. To all our listeners and our viewers out there, today we host for the very first time our first male guest on the What We Want podcast, and this is the one and only Ahmad, and he's still alive. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahmed, and welcome to the What We Want podcast.
Wa alaikum salam. How are you? Thanks for all of that, and thanks for this beginning. Thank you so much. To be honest, this is the first podcast ever for me, so I didn't make any podcast or social media interview before, so it will be the first one since I left Gaza until now.
SubhanAllah, so it's the first for all of us, hey? Mubarak.
Yes.
Alhamdulillah. So good to see you. It's good to have you on. Jazakallah for making the time. Tell us more about yourself, Ahmed. Like, we know you now a lot more post October the 7th. And what was your life like before the whole genocide in Gaza started?
So I'm Ahmad Ghunaim, a content creator from Gaza. Share my content since 2014, so that we're speaking about more than 10 years into now. So I try to share a content about my life, about my Gaza, about my country, my land, because that I want to be a travel vlogger. But as you know, like a travel vlogger living in the biggest open air prison in the world, so he can't travel and go outside. So I decide to document and film the beauty of my place, to my land, because if you just go to the social media, if you just open the internet, search about Gaza, about Palestine, the only thing that you will see it's the destruction, killing, the war, starvation, all the bad things that happen there. But in the same time, that no one know the beautiful side of Gaza, the beautiful side of Palestine. And to be honest, I was very sad because like no one know about it. And in the same time that I really want to document all of that because maybe we have it today, but we're not sure if that place will stay for tomorrow because the situation in Palestine. So I decide to film it so that I can tell the people, look how Gaza it is, and please come and visit us. And I think that I made it because there's a lot of people, they come from outside Gaza to visit Gaza and see all these places, and we go together for tours in Gaza and see the history and the beauty places in Gaza. But unfortunately, if we want to speak about now, this time, all the places that I film it and I share about it, it's completely destroyed right now. So this is what I'm trying to do because I know one day this occupation will destroy everything. So what I want to do is I want really to share about these places, about the history of these places. I want to document it because I know one day it will gone, and it is for now. So this is me. This is what I'm trying to do. So I decide just to film everything. But unfortunately, that because that I I'm from Gaza or I'm a Palestinian and I share content about Palestine, about my country, and speak about also what's happening. So the social media don't support us in that. The social media try to delete what we share, to delete our content, so that we can't speak about what's happening. So, for example, they delete more than 5 accounts for me in Instagram, more than 2 YouTube channels, more than 5 Facebook accounts, 2 TikTok accounts. So they try to delete our accounts to remove our voice because they know that we can make a change and we can let all the world know about us. So unfortunately, they try always to delete it. Like for example, if I want to speak about my accounts in Instagram, that I have a lot of accounts before, and all of it that I have a lot of followers. Like just imagine that you work hard to show the world the truth,
Yes.
a big audience, then in a second, that's it,
It's good.
gone, and they delete the account. So this is what they're trying to do to remove our voice from the ground. But
Fine.
whatever they want to do, like until now that we are still here, we're still sharing, we're still speaking, and we try to show the world the truth. So because of all of that happening, let me say since October 7, and as you know, but unfortunately, not all the people know about it. This is not the first war for Gaza. There's a lot of wars happened before, but not all the world know about it because all the people know about what's happening in October 7 and what's happening after. They don't know the history of Palestine. They don't know the history of Gaza. They don't know what happening for us before. And like for example, in 2014, my house was bombed and all my life was in risk, and no one in all the world know about it, no one know about this thing. So I decide that I will never stop and I will never just sit and see all of that and no one in all the world will know about it. So I decide that I want to share about what's happening in Gaza. I want to show the world what's happening around us. So I start in October 7th. Like before, I was just film the beauty. I don't like to film this thing, but now because like that's enough. Like we want to show the world the truth, really what's happening on the ground. We try to show them the beauty, but now it's not. They try to kill everything nice. So I decide to film everything, to document it and share it for the world, and try to make that noise to let the world know the reality and the truth. And I think me and all the journalists and the content creator in Gaza, this is what they're trying to do to show the world the truth because this is the best way that we can do it so that all the world can stand with us and can help us with that.
I have to say, Jazakallah, and thank you for using your voice to, address these situations. Because if it wasn't today for social media, we've been so filled with propaganda and news. I mean, you just like one of the few left that have survived and documented. As a content creator, you've documented a lot of the vicious and most disturbing war crimes that are happening. But you know what? I can hear it in your voice, the pain and your passion. It's not something everyone would want to show, but I think it's much needed. So it really opened, I think, a lot of our eyes from what was actually really happening in Gaza. So thank you so much for that, Brother Ahmed. You spoke about your home being bombed out in 2014. What has been the most like challenging moment during the war time in Gaza for you?
If I want to speak about the home, just imagine that you try to work all your life to build yourself, to build your home, to make a family, to make a business, to make whatever that you want, to build your dream, your that dream that you want to do it in all your life, and you put all your money, your time, your effort just to make this dream true, and in a second everything will gone. That's it. Like you can see your home bombed and you can't do anything. Like you can't protect it. You can see your dreams, it's destroyed, and you can't do anything for it. Like for example, we try to do a lot, like we have a lot of dreams, we have a lot of things that we want to make it in our future, for our life, for ourselves, and we try to build it day by day, year by year, and in second everything will come.
And it's
So
not
it's
like,
very very
yeah.
very hard to work hard all the time, and you see everything that you build it
Gone.
destroyed.
And it's not even your
But
fault.
unfortunately, that not all the people they feel it. Not all the people they know what we're speaking about. Not all of them they like. They don't know what's happening with us to make all of that. Why? Because as you know, there is like in water, in electricity, in the material, in everything that you want. So it's very, very, very hard to have all of these things in Gaza, and you have a lot of challenges to do that. And with all of that around you, when you try really to do it, it will done in second. So it's very hard. Like for example, let me say someone in anywhere in the world, if you want to do something exactly the same, that's what I want to do in Gaza, and maybe we have the same qualified, the
Mm,
same experience, everything, it will be very easy for him more than me,
of course.
because everything available for him to do it, but in Gaza it's not available. So you have a lot of challenges to have the material, to have whatever that you want to make it. You need the time, and for example, oh, I want to put this here today, but maybe after 1 second it will be destroyed. This is our life.
Mm. And you can understand, as like many young ambitious individuals like yourself have these goals and dreams of becoming something. I've seen so many kids in Gaza talking about who they want to become, doctors, and help people out there, and in a second all these dreams are crushed totally. Like how has this impacted you and your community, like personally? How has it impacted your life?
To be honest, it's very, very, very hard. Like, I don't know, just imagine for a second that you are sitting in your home in peace, you don't do anything, you just sitting to stay safe, but in the same time that you know in any single minute, in any second, this house that you're sitting on it, it will bomb and you will killed. And this is our life. This is what's happening with us. We are sitting in our homes and we know in any minute that will bomb. And really that we don't want to leave it. Even that if we know that it will bomb, we don't want to leave it because this is our homes. This is our land. This is what we want to do. And every day, now, okay, I'm here in South Africa, but every day, I hope if that I can come back to Gaza, and I hope if okay, if I will go and I will kill there, I prefer that. I want that. I need it.
Sure. Subhanallah. So we know that you had to get out of Gaza for medical assistance. And it was very difficult for you at that time. I mean, how did it basically all fall into play? How did you, I mean, amongst like the very fortunate ones, manage to get out? But will you ever be able to get back in to Gaza? Is it like easy? I mean, coming out, okay, firstly coming out, how is it to get out of Gaza?
Okay, let me start with that. If you want to go outside of Gaza, I don't want to tell you now or during the war. Let me start before the war. If you want to go out from Gaza before the war, it's hard. It's already hard. We don't have airport. We and the only way that you want to go is from Egypt, and there's lines, there's borders, and there's checkpoints, a lot of things. So it's not easy also to go from Gaza to Egypt in the normal days. If you want to go, you should pay in general before the war. Like it's about $500, $700. You need me to speak in rands?
No, it's fine. It's
It's fine. Are you
fine.
sure? Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much is it. I think 10,000 rand.
It's probably a bit more. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, almost
Fine.
about 10,000 rand. So around
Yeah.
that, like 10 to
Okay.
15,000 rand, just to put your name on a list. This is not for travel or for transfer for the flight or
Sure.
something. No, it's just to put your name in paper. That's it. You should pay this amount. But it was fine with us because, like, okay, that's it. This is what we want to pay. But during the war, it was completely different. During the war, that you should pay more than that. You should pay almost 100,000 rand just to put your name on a
Mm,
list to
sure.
go outside Gaza. And this list, it will be in the border. And something that not all the people know about it, that Israel should approve for all these names to go out. So also it's not easy. Like you will pay, then they will give you approve or not. And if they give you approve, your name will be in the list. If not, that's it. You lose it.
Sure.
For now, it's very, very hard because unfortunately they bombed the border and they take it over. So the Israel army, so no one can leave and no one can go inside. So it's impossible. But
Mm,
in general, about if I want to speak about my own experience and what's happening with me, I spent more than 3 months just trying to leave Gaza, and every time that I just try to pay and pay again and pay again and pay again, like a lot of amounts, the total we're speaking about almost a million rand.
sure.
And the problem is that you lose it. You lose everything just to put a name on a list. And every time they say, oh, no, we don't accept this name. No, we don't want to accept this name. And I don't know why. Like, if
Yeah.
all of that just because I just try to document what's happening in Gaza, to document what's happening with me, to show the reality for the world, you don't want me to leave. Like it's very, very, very hard. And as I said, for now, unfortunately, no one can go out, no one can go in. And also, if I want to speak about the aid truck, it's impossible to go inside.
That's one of the things that I really wanted to say is that, like, we know in the first stages of this whole genocide, post October the 7th, I mean, we were strong on boycotting, we were strong on donating, raising funds, sending it to Gaza, sending aid in, and all of a sudden everything's now blocked off.
Yes.
We're hearing that they're not allowing the aid trucks in. We're seeing famine. We're seeing innocent dying of hunger. We're seeing all of these images. I mean, besides the protesting and the boycotting, and yes, our prayers are with the people of Gaza, what more as an international community, what more can we do to show our support for, and also by us doing all of these things, is it really like impacting? I see today, it's sad to say, but a lot of people have moved on in life, or maybe they are still, like, it's not as a big thing to talk about Palestine anymore. A lot of people are not boycotting as strongly as they did, and we still need to continue this. I mean, there's still, I think somehow it is reaching the people in Palestine. It is important that we continue to stay strong. Is it really a way that we can show more support?
So for me, I feel really it works. About the boycotts, it's really work. It's really make different. Like for example, there's a lot of very, very big brands and companies they support Israel, they really lose a lot now, and they close the offices in a lot of countries around the world because they already start losing. And I feel it's really worse, and we should do that. Like, we don't need to buy from these products. We
Yeah,
really don't need it.
yeah, of course.
We can buy from another thing. We can buy local brands. We can buy from another brand. They support Palestine, and you will never lose anything. Like, some of it, it's exactly the same. I don't should worry this jacket because it's from this brand or this from this brand. No one care. No one will see that. Like, oh, look what he wearing. Like, no one look for that now. Just to try to be yourself, to buy something that's you really from your side. You will be fine to wear this, to buy this, to do that, and from your side that you believe that, oh, I don't want to buy from this brand because I know this brand it's support Israel to kill more Palestinian. No, I want to buy from this brand because this brand they support Palestine.
Mm,
Even if they not, but at least they don't support Israel.
of course.
And another thing, that's how the people they can help. It's really when anyone speak and share and talk more about what's happening. It's really make a lot of noise, really make a lot of effect, because without that, no one in all over the world that will know about what's happening in Gaza.
Mm,
If all these people don't share about what's happening there, no one will know about it. Who will know about what's happening with us? Who will know about what's happening in Gaza? No one. Maybe that you feel it, it's really very, very small thing, like, oh, what will happen if I want to share just this video in my Instagram story and I just have a 10 followers?
mm,
No, you make a lot of voice, you make effect, you make different. This story that me, maybe it will change just one person. He was thinking that Israel made the truth and they made something good. Maybe he wasn't know the truth, and because of you, he did.
mm,
So you make something. So I feel that we should do more. We should speak more. We should try to share more. And about all these people, they carry on in their life. I understand. I really understand that. And I'm not sad with that, that there's some people they like they said we can't, we should carry on in our life, should focus on our job, to do something, to do that, to do that. And I understand, because the war take a lot of time, and really it take a lot of time, and I really understand it. But in the same time, don't forget what's happening there.
mm,
Okay, you want to carry on in your job, and that's, you should do that to stay alive, to carry on, to pay for your house, to pay for whatever that you want. You should work, but in the same time, that don't forget what's happening there. Don't forget how they feel. Don't go to any restaurant and take pictures and share that food that they don't have it. They hope that they will at least see it. Don't do that. It will never make any difference for you if you share it or not.
mm,
Just don't. Just think about the other people, what they feel, what they have now, what's happening with them. Carry on in your life, do whatever that you want, but don't forget them. Make dua, make whatever that you can, share, speak, do whatever that you want. And what make me sad, to be honest, some of the celebrities that we say,
mm,
when the war started, they was afraid to speak about
mm,
what's happening in Gaza, because they afraid to lose followers, they
mm.
afraid to lose jobs. But they don't thinking about there's people they lose them dreams, them
Yeah,
houses, them life. They are killed. Like, what's
yeah,
more than
yeah.
worse that will happen? They are killed, they lose them life. So
Mm,
you thinking about a job, and you
yes.
don't think about how these people they lose them life. Where's your humanity?
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
not a human. So I feel that I really, really very sad because all of that, because this celebrity, they don't speak about all of that. They don't do anything for us. And that's really heartbreaking. Like we thinking that, oh, we know this man who's very good and maybe he will support us, then he's not here. We can't see him. He don't share, he don't speak, he don't do anything. And what? Oh, I'm scared. I'm sorry, I will lose my job. Really, thank you. We will lose our life. It's fine.
Hmm.
But no, you don't lose your job. We don't need you to lose. So this is the problem. This is really very, very big problem. I
Hmm.
understand, I say it again, I understand the people they carry on in their life because they should do that, but in the same time, don't forget the Palestinian, don't forget what's happening with them, don't forget what's happening there right now. For example, if you want to buy from some brands, I don't want to say any names of brands, but you know this brand support Israel. It's fine if you buy the other one they don't support. Like, what's different? It's
Hmm.
nothing. Absolutely nothing. No different. And all of them, they make the same product from a Chinese factory and they just put a name and that's it.
We hear the chants around the world saying free free Palestine, but I think it's the Palestinian people that have really freed us. They freed the world. We've been so blinded in the world, focusing on following celebrities, following brands, following all these things that we were supporting, but what was harming our fellow brothers and sisters in Palestine, our Muslim brothers and sisters in Palestine. We've seen the images of the beheaded babies. We've seen tents being burnt. We've seen beastly attacks by dogs on elderly and the special needs like Muhammad Bar. It's absolutely crushing. But for us, we're basically looking at it through a screen, and we're going back to life. These are the people that are really going through it. So to the Palestinian people, they've really opened up a whole lot of so much. They've really opened up the true world to us. I think we've been living in the fake world. They actually are the people living in the real world. And that, like you, when you started, you said Gaza is the world's biggest prison. And that just reminds me of the hadith, something to the effect that this dunya is a prison for a believer. So I believe that, in a paradise for the non-believer. So I truly believe that the Palestinian people are the real people that we should, look up to, and their iman and their tawakkul and their strength and their resilience is amazing. It's really so inspiring. What in particular was from your life there in Gaza, post October the 7th, a moment or a story that you can share with us that deeply affected you?
So before that, let me speak about part that you said about the selfish. So if we looking in our side, like from inside, as any human, that of course that he will thinking in a selfish way in that moment. Like for example, oh, we don't have food. If I don't have the food, I will die. So I should think as selfish. If I find this food, I will keep it for myself. But I don't see that in Gaza. Never. It's completely different. Most of the people they share everything.
Subhanallah.
Maybe they really need this
Subhanallah.
food and they really need it and they really don't have it and they really need it for them children to keep them alive, but they decide
Subhanallah.
to take part of it for them and take another part for the other people and another part for another people and share it with each other because they are human, and this is what Islam teach us to do. This is what our Nabi Muhammad teach us to do,
Sallallahu.
to share that together, not to keep it for ourselves. He said, like, how that you will stay in your home and your neighbor don't have the food and you know about it and you have it and don't share it with him. Because of that, we share our food together, we share everything together to stay alive together. And About your question, if I have anything after or before October 7th.
Well, if you'd like to share both, that would be, yeah, appreciated. But anything that was really, that it deeply affected you in your life, like,
In general.
hmm,
Okay. In If I want to say before October 7th, maybe it's like everything happened in our life. Like to have the sabr, the passion every time. Because like we try to build anything that we want after few months, after a year, after a second, it will bomb, if it will destroy it, and we will take it and rebuild it again, and rebuild it again, and it's fine. I don't know how that we have all this power to do it and not just to give up. Like for example, anyone maybe will be in the same position that I was in. Like when every time that I try to document, to share, to film, to speak, to do all of that, and every time they delete the accounts, every time they delete the accounts, he will give up. Like we speak 5 times here, 2 times here, 2 times here, 5 times here, like more than 10 times. Like who can carry on with that and continue? And every time they delete it, I said, "Oh, okay, it's fine. I will open another one now." And that's it. I don't just sit and think about the other
you
one. Like
don't.
it will never come back because not the first time for me. And I said, "Okay, that's it. I will open another one and I will complete in this one." And that people maybe they will find me here or not. It's fine. I will find another people. But my message is what I want to do is just to share for all the world about Gaza, about what's happening there. So I just carry on and share. So I feel that I learned the passion from everything that happened in my life before October 7th. But after October 7th, what I learned is that the life is nothing. And it's don't deserve all of that time to think about it and to worry about it. And another thing that is, if you really love someone, appreciate someone, like someone, whatever it is, go for him, tell him. He will never know that, oh, Ahmed appreciate whatever that I do for him or whatever I made. He will never know if I don't go to tell him directly, I really appreciate what you did. I really like it. He will never know. And maybe in any time they will dead, killed, and they will go, and you can't just to speak with them. And you will say all the time, if I just tell him about it, if I just tell these people about what they did, I feel like I really feel it because of what? Because I have one of my best friends and he was very close for me, and he make a lot of things for me in my life. He helped me a lot with filming, with whatever that I need in my company, in everything. If I have any problem, he was always next to me, and I never tell him that thank you or I really appreciate it or I really love you or anything. And unfortunately that he killed in this war. And every day that I feel so sad because that why I don't tell him that I love him, why I don't tell him that thank you for you to being with me, why I don't do that. All the time that I say why, but like in the same time that I can't do it now, it's over. So I really after that I feel we should do that. We should appreciate all the people around us. We should say thank you. Maybe it will really small word, but it's make a lot. It's really it change a lot of things in the heart. Maybe he have a lot of problems and he just waiting you to say something good for him, so that after that you will make him happy or something. So this is another thing that I learned. And as you know that since the first day of this war, I try to share about what's happening there. And I speak a lot and I really see a lot. And I was very sad and very tired because that we really speak and share and do a lot of things, but no one do something. No one,
Mm.
no one do anything for us. Everything that we say it, everything that we share it, everything that we try to tell the world about it, it's don't affect for anyone. But when I'm arrived here to South Africa, and I was, to be honest, I was see the views like millions. We speak about more 10 millions views everywhere, and like the people that okay, I can see it in the screen. There's people see what we did, but they didn't do anything. Like we
Mm.
try to reach them, and we already reached them, but they don't do anything, and we don't see that. But when I'm arrived here to South Africa, I was in one of the mosques in Johannesburg, and there is a small child, like maybe he's 10 or maybe less than 10 years old. He coming for me and makes salam. He said, "Hi Ahmed, I know you, and I saw the videos and I share it." I just sit between myself. I said, "Wow, this small child from far away of Gaza, he know me and he saw the videos and he shared it and speak about Gaza. Like in this moment, I really feel that I really make it. I really
Alhamdulillah.
made it, alhamdulillah. I really arrived to the heart of the people to let them to feel what we feel, to
Mm.
share about what's happening there, to speak, because they don't agree what's happening there. Another thing that is, unfortunately, not all the people know it and feel it. When I was in Gaza, as you know, I film a lot of things. When I'm arrived here to South Africa, I just take my phone and start look what I filmed there. Like this videos that I film it, I live
Mm.
it, I was there, but I don't feel the same thing when I was there. Even if I film it,
Mm.
I didn't feel the same thing what I feel when I was in the same situation. So everything that you saw it in your screen,
Mm.
it's even not 10% about what's happening on the ground. Not 10%. When when you there, you can feel it, you can touch it, you can see it, you can smell it. There's a lot of details that you can see it, but you will never see it in the screen. So really, how much it's bad that you see it in the screen and you feel that, oh, this is very bad video, I can't see it.
Mm.
Real life, it's more bad. What that you saw in the screen, it's nothing, and you can make a skip, and that's it. You don't want to see it. You can see it, just make a skip. But in the real life, you can't make a skip. You live it. So it's very very hard for us to live all of that. But unfortunately, no one feel about it. No one see that. No one can do anything to stop all of that on the ground.
Mm.
Be honest, something that I want to mention about is how the people, like, they don't know how what Israel tried to do. Since more than 70 years, they just try to kill us, to destroy
Mm.
our history, to destroy our culture, to steal it. This kufiyya, they steal it. And they
Mm.
said Israel kufiyya, Israel scarf. That our food, they steal it. And they said this is Israel food. A lot of things. Our
The water.
blessings.
Yes.
Exactly the same thing.
Mm.
Because this is what they try to do, to put in your mind that there is
Mm.
nothing called Palestine, there is nothing called a Palestinian culture, there is nothing Palestinian at all, and it's just
Mm.
Israel. This is what they try to do. But this war destroyed all the plans that they tried to do it for more than 70 years.
Mm.
All the world know the truth. They know the reality. They know Palestine. They know the history of Palestine. They know what's that, who on it, it's for who. They know the truth right now. And because of that, the Israel, they are very angry because everything they tried to do it for more than 70 years, it's destroyed in few months. And another thing that what they try to do is they try to kill our hope as a Palestinian, as a people they live in Gaza, and they try to kill us, to destroy our houses, to destroy everything that we built it, just to kill our hope. But in the same time, when we saw the people in the street, when we saw the people, they go out and fight and say free Palestine to make something on the ground. When South Africa go to ICJ, when they make something on the ground for the Palestinian, and we see it, we see how the students in the US universities, in the South African universities, in UK universities, how the people outside the Israel embassies everywhere, they go out on the streets with the Palestinians flag and say free Palestine and try to do something. You give us the hope that Israel try hard to kill it. And because of all of you, because your voice, because everything that you try to do, they will never success to kill our hope. Because that you take your hope from Allah and because everything that you try to do. So really, I just want to say from this place, for all these people, really, I want to say thank you because we take the hope. You give us the hope that Israel try hard to kill it in us.
MashaAllah. That's truly inspiring because it just sort of reminds me of the Sahaba. I don't know. It's just like the way the Sahaba were, as you mentioned earlier, the way they would share. They would be dying of thirst, but they would give to the other Sahaba, the other companions. You know, they would be selfless. They would be so strong in their belief and they, tawakkul in Allah. It's just so it just reminds me so much of the Palestinian people. And you know what? Touching on that, I remember speaking to your friend who once we spoke about this. Imagine we were talking about you that how when you try to get hold of your family over there in Palestine. Like I want to touch a bit on that. Like the one day you tried to get hold of your sister and you couldn't get hold of them, and your anxiety and your fear. I mean, I know when we can't reach of someone, you already start getting fearful, like what happened to them, imagine you trying to get hold of your family. I mean, it's not something that's so easy that you can get hold of them anytime because of the internet, because of the no electricity. How are your family? What are they like? Do you get to speak to them often? Do you get to, is it easy for you to communicate with your mom and your sister over there? And, Alhamdulillah, shukr, they well? Are they safe?
So, Alhamdulillah, they are safe. Alhamdulillah. Or they are not safe, but they are alive.
Alhamdulillah.
But unfortunately, as you know, the situation in all Gaza Strip is very bad. It's really, really very bad. I lose a lot of people in my family. A lot of my family members, they are killed. They have been killed in this war. And a lot of my friends, a lot of the people that I know, they are killed. So it's not easy to carry on in your life with everything that happened there. And also it's not easy to reach them because they don't have electricity, they don't have internet, and it's very, very hard to contact with them. There's no signal. So if I want to call them international call, it whenever works. And I should waiting if they go to another far area just to open internet to say, don't worry, we are still alive. So it's very, very hard to contact with anyone. And just imagine that after, like before a few days, I try to reach them a lot, but I can't reach any one of them. And all this, the news say about the situation exactly where they are. They bombing where they are right now, and all the news speak about it. And I can't reach any one of them. And when I was saw the pictures on the news that like I know my family, they are in tent now next to this place. Like they put the tent in this wall and they bomb this wall. Like of course they bomb them. And I was sure about that. They bomb exactly the right place where they are. And I just tried to reach them more than 2 hours. Just trying, and I can't reach any one of them. In the end, my mother opened internet and she was sending me a video that I didn't share it because it was hard for me. So until now, no one all the world know about this video because for me, I didn't manage to see it. I destroyed me. She was film a video about this moment when they bombed the place. They was sleeping in the night and they just woke up bombing and all the rocks and all of that things go on them and they just try to go out to find any safe place and they are injured and she was just asked about help but in the same time that you can't do anything. Like just imagine that my family in this situation, I'm in a safer place and they ask me for help, but I can't do anything. I can't stop this war. I can't get them out. I can't put them in any safe place. I can't do anything. And this is what's happening every single day. This is not just once. That happened a lot of times. Exactly the same thing. So until when? Like, and what I can do? Nothing. Even if I will still speaking, even if I will share a lot, that it will never stop. It's not my power. That I don't have that power to stop that war. But in the same time, until when? And for all the people, they have that power to stop the war. Like when it will stop. More than 40,000 people who have been killed in this war. More than 100,000 people they have injured. There is more than 10,000 children that are orphan now. All the people in Gaza, they lose one of maybe at least one members of them families. They lose them house. They lose them business. Until when? How many people they should be killed so this war will finish? How many houses will destroyed so after that this war will finish? How many children they will be orphaned so after that will this war will finish? Like that's it. Ceasefire now.
Definitely. It's over 300 days, close to almost a year later, and nothing's happened. Nothing stopped. When this war started, we thought, okay, it's going to be not long. It's going to stop. It's going to stop. It hasn't. Someone actually asked me, and that was a kid, one of a really small kid at the age of 5, asked me, but how did the Israelis get so much power? How did they occupy so much of Palestine? How did we not see that coming? Like, I think it was just the hearts of the Palestinians, that just shared everything, and Allah knows best, but it's really unfortunate that this oppression and this injustice has gone on for so long. And I just wish it could like ceasefire now, we could stop. And also there's something that really touched my heart is knowing that they must be a piece of Gaza, a strip in Gaza in Jannah. I feel like the road to Jannah is like busy, and all these martyrs are going there and they are free. They actually the ones that are free. they saying free Palestine. And I know it's something that's not easy to, hear, but if you think of it, like, what is this world? What we gonna live, and are we really gonna go to Jannah? The way we live is the way we die. And the way the Palestinians live, we know how what death they have, like the death of the best, the shuhada, the martyr. Their status is elevated.
Yeah, in Gaza, that if you just looking for all the videos that you see it in the internet for all the people in Gaza, when someone who uh, his home destroyed or he lose his all his family members, the first thing that they will say it, Alhamdulillah and Hasbi Allah wa ni'mal wakil. Why? Because they know and they believe that Allah will send something better for them after that. And they believe that they are in better place. And they believe they are, if that thing not happening for them now, there's something worse will happen. So Allah protect them from the worst thing and give them that thing. And He want to see them. They are have the passion and say Alhamdulillah, then will give them better than it. So Alhamdulillah for everything. When my home was bombed and I was inside of me and all my family, the first thing that I said is Alhamdulillah without without anything. I just say it. Alhamdulillah. Because we believe it. From our side, from inside, we believe that there is something better will be after that. So Alhamdulillah for everything. And about the mosque, that do you know when someone killed and you know he's shaheed and you know that he will be in Jannah inshallah, all the smell from them it will be mosque. So just imagine that how many people they are killed, how many people they are shuhada, how many people they will go inshallah for Jannah, and how's the smell in all Gaza. It's hard, but in the same time, that's it. We believe that. We know that. Because this is what Allah told us about. So Alhamdulillah for everything, for that and for the worst thing that will happen. Because we know that Allah loves us a lot. And we know that Allah will send something better for us. So Alhamdulillah. And another thing that how Israel have this power, just imagine that they, Israel, and all the big countries, they support and stand with them. And in Gaza, this small group, they fight all these big countries, America, UK, Israel, they stand together to fight this small group. But this small group, they have aqidah and Allah with them, even if they are small. But Allah with them, Allah give them strong, Allah give them everything they want to to stay strong. If you look for all the other wars around all over the world, for example, Ukraine, in all over the world, all the war that was happening, the longest one, it wasn't 1 month. It was less than that. This one, it's a 300 and now 3.303, 303 days, more than 300 days that no other country in all the world with all the armies they have it stay for a few days. But this small group, they stay more than 300 days because Allah with them.
Subhanallah.
So Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Allah, Allah tests those He loves, and Allah must really love the Palestinian people so much, subhanallah. And one other inspiring thing about the Palestinians is that they have nothing right now. They really have nothing. They have no water. They have no clean water. You see these babies suffering with infections and diseases because of the heat. And then you look at the other side of them and what are they going towards? They're going towards the Quran. They're spending their days reading the Quran. They're spending their days memorizing the Quran. They're having halakas of Quran. They're traveling so
Yes.
far just so they could meet together and test each other. The Quran is what they're going towards, and that is just they're not sitting and complaining and sitting back and saying, why us, why us? They are really trying in every way to make the iman even stronger. So when they go to Allah, they are like not even only shuhada, they are hufaz, and subhanallah, you see the woman as well. It's truly inspiring. So, Brother Ahmed, just from your side, I always like to ask this question. What is your favorite ayat or surah in the Quran? What is it in the Quran that inspires you every day?
Okay. So I like two ayat. Uh, let me say before the war, and like for this specifically for me, it really touched my heart and I love it. The first one that let me say before the war and until now, but it was from before the war. Like it is. قل يا عبادي الذين أسرفوا على أنفسهم لا تقنطوا من رحمة الله إن الله يغفر الذنوب جميعا إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. This one I really like it and it touched my heart. And this is was like I remember it every single minute, every single second. I always in my mind, and I love it. In this war, it was ولا تحسبن الذين قتلوا في سبيل الله أمواتا بل أحياء ولكن عند ربهم يرزقون. Because everything that happened around us, it was about it. So it's really touching my heart, and I really feel it because also a lot of my family members, a lot of my friends, they have been killed. But I believe that they are in better place and they are still alive, but in another life, better than this life. So
Got it.
Alhamdulillah.
Jazakallah for that. That really explains a lot from where we understand whatever we spoke about, subhanallah. This alhamdulillah, this whole conversation has really impacted. It was so educational, and I think that's your message. I think that is your whole message, is that you want to spread the word and you want to educate people about Gaza, and inshallah we will rebuild Gaza, inshallah.
Inshallah.
And
Inshallah, we will.
and I don't know about the other Palestinians on the other side of Gaza. I mean, with the whole conflict, is it also spreading towards the West Bank, as well as now we're hearing all this like Jerusalem, and it's Allah grant afia to all the Palestinians and may Allah grant them ease every single day and comfort their hearts and give them hope and make them filled with strength and sabrun jamil in these testing times. And I just wish we could do more. And this whole conversation that we had, just gives us and maybe a beacon of hope for us South Africans to continue to stand strong in solidarity with Palestine and its people. So, Brother Ahmed, Jazakallah khair for your time. I'm truly, truly grateful to you for everything that you shared with us, and and for what you've been doing from the start, and just for carrying on. Just continue. Don't stop. Don't ever give up, because I think that's what keeps us inspired, is that we wish we were like the Palestinians. We wish we had the iman like the Palestinians. We wish we had the tawakkul and the strength and the hope in the hearts like the Palestinians. And that inspires us every single day. So Jazakallah khair. And our prayers are with you always, and your family and the Palestinian people and all in Gaza. If there is anything else that we could do, please, in your closing.
I mean, Jazakallah, thank you so much for all of that. And I really want to say for all the South African, for all the people all over the world. They try to help and do something. Thank you so much. And for me, that I feel that why South African, they really feel what's happening in Gaza, because they was feel it before in the apartheid period and what's happening with them, and they really feel what we all feel now in Gaza. So really, I just want to say thanks for all of you. And from your platform, if you your podcast, I want to invite all the people, the South African and non-South African, from all over the world. When this war finish, and inshallah it will finish very soon, to be side by side, hand by hand, together, to go to Gaza to rebuild it again together. So I hope all of you will be there to support, to help, to rebuild, to do whatever that you can do. And thank you so much, Jazakallah, for all of that, and Jazakallah for everything that you did, Tasneem, for Palestine, and for all the topics that you're speaking about it in your podcast. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And carry on with everything that you do. And for anyone who tried to do something for Palestine, for the Palestinian, please carry on with everything that you do, because we can see it, we can hear you, we can see you, we can see everything that you did. So please stay, do it for you, for us, for everything. And thank you so much.
Jazakallah khair, Brother Ahmed, and that is so kind, really. I wish you could do more. And over here we feel powerless, like we can't, but Allah is so great and so merciful, and we should never lose hope. And that's what I take from this whole conversation. So Jazakallah so much, and Allah is definitely with the people of Palestine and with you. So take it
Inshallah.
easy, and if there's anything else that we could do, please keep in touch. Jazakallah, Brother Ahmed, and you take
Jazakallah. Thank you so much.
right. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
What we want is what we find. Power lives inside our mind. Together we will redefine.